Alrighty, guys, what is up, people? Today is the birthday live stream. I already went through all the proper rituals as that all of us humans go about. Yeah, maybe this could be like the thumbnail, something like that. Yep, that was today. 1 year closer to death. There's a lot of positives. There's a lot of negatives to look into. Positives being, more life experiences, more wisdom accumulated. A lot of things. And then there's the other way of looking at it, like closer to death, closer to being, more white hair instead of dark hair. Not understanding technology, not understanding the kids, not like, what is Kekistan? What's that? What kind of place is that? I need to send money to that place. I hear all these people are oppressed. All these, to be a boomer, right? I wonder if that's an age thing, or if that is or if that's just like an inevitability. I wonder, like, if you get a boomer when they were younger, were they did they have the jokes? Were they part of the crowd? Obviously, yes, it's not like we're the first generation of cool people, funny people. I think this is the first generation of trolls, though. I mean, in the past, like back when the boomers were around, the only form of trolling would be probably if you said some shit on a piece of paper and threw it at the back of some kid's head, and he grabbed it and it said something. Who said that? Kind of thing. But yeah, it's a lot of good things, a lot of bad things, a lot of pros and cons. I think this needs to be debated on Andy Worski's stream at some point. The pros and cons of aging. Once I start getting the super chats in, I'm gonna start buying some more Reversatrol supplements. It's gonna keep me young forever. That kind of thing. Oh, Arflet, first comment. What is up? Is this going to be a special show about gun confiscation by the Marxists? I guess it should be, right? Birthday parties and gun control. Maybe I should name it that. Yeah. I was thinking about going down to LA, but then I was like, today's my birthday. So I'm like, birthday, but I hate LA. I hate downtown LA so much. I really hate it. There's a aura, there's an aura about it. It's not good. Homelessness people, crazies walk around, typical Democrats, the real racists walking around. All these, like, what's up, James? Don't go all hog on us. What's funny is I actually my brother actually knows the kid. He went to school with him. Funny thing. Oh, yeah, just throw it right there. Are you recording or anything? Yeah. You want to just leave it right there? Here, tell me later. Hey, is there a drink in there? Yeah. Yeah, throw that away. I am. Okay. It's okay, man. You can clip it out. No, I only like streaming. I'm very lazy with doing the highlights. I don't know. Stalking horse, what's up? Tendies. No tendies. People bringing back my stuff. Or technically our stuff. I don't think I own it. I never bought it. You could just leave it. I'll set it back up. No, I have some of my shit. Oh, okay. Just come back in later. Alright, shut it. Alright, thanks. So, did that hog key graduate? He's in California, or is that fake news? Okay, so I don't really want to get into the hog stuff that much, but yeah, he's not a crisis actor. My brother knew him. They went to the same school together. They weren't like best friends or anything. It was kind of like he knew of him, not really like they talked and he knew his personality or anything. But he's not a crisis actor. Trust me. I was, you know, I'm very open minded, so I look at both sides on that. But I was like, no, he's not. And I thought this kid is an opportunist, full blown. I deal with a lot of these opportunist people. I see them all the time. They are kind of like my main enemy, I would say, in some regards, because you don't need fake people taking over movements for the sake of money and fame. You want people, you wanted, if someone, like if I became famous or whatever, first of all, I don't really want to because you don't become famous on the right, you become infamous. That's not something I really want. I want to be able to have somewhat of a normal life. That's why you don't see me begging to be on people's shows or anything. Hey, what's up, former nihilist? But yeah, he's an opportunist through and through. This kid was vlogging, making YouTube videos, thinking he's the best. Like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? You can see it in his behavior too on Twitter. He's like, oh, I need a muffin. Like this shit. It's like if you're really into this movement, you would be like the lesbian chick. Like she only like I haven't heard her talk about, hey guys, let's talk about makeup. Like I think she's like full blown like I want to like you saw rip up the Constitution, um, take away your guns, you know, give the wealth to everybody. Like she's organic. You could just see it. I don't think that's a crisis actor. She's full blown crazy. Him, he's just someone that wants to be famous, make some money. That's what that is. Hog has a YouTube channel. Yeah, he's had it for a while. Like anyone that's ever created a YouTube channel, they want some sort of fame. Um, Now, I don't have any problem with that because everyone wants to be famous. Everyone wants to have a lot of money. But the difference is, are you willing to do scummy things to get it? And opportunists are willing to do scummy things to get it. Whereas other people, you know, if you're on Twitch every single day and you want to be a famous live streamer and you stick to a schedule and you do things the right way and you become famous, hey, you know, great. Hey, Jack, that's great. Was the Constitution pic real or 4chan forwards? I don't know. I saw a GIF of her ripping it. It wasn't just a photo. So, I mean, I'm not the expert, but that's what I saw. I wouldn't be surprised though. Um, I can't find like an article or the actual source, but I saw a GIF of her ripping it and the girl's doing this, so it wasn't just a photo. Um, Yeah, he's an opportunist, and that's why he was in there interviewing people. All these kids are like wondering if they're gonna get shot, and he's in there interviewing people. Hey, what do you think? Are we gonna get killed or are we not gonna get killed? Um, yeah, and then I found this website, and it basically debunked all the bullshit. And they're like, look, this he went to he as a freshman he went to his original high school, and then he went to Florida, and then he would go back and forth during the summer. That's why, and he's an opportunist. So anytime there's a camera out there, you see him. Oh, hi, my name's David Hogg. See all that. Um, and I think the reason why we keep seeing him do crazy shit like the fists and all these things, and really trying really really hard, and he's trying to be edgy. He's like cussing, saying bad words, like this is pissing me off so much. I'm gonna say these edgy words and all these things is because he's like old school edgy. He's trying to be like 1965 edgy, and that's why he's like cringy because he's trying to be edgy, but no matter what he does, you know, he can't outdo that crazy lesbian communist. Like she has like 1 million followers, he has like 150,000. So either way, it's more than me. But Hog is annoying, but they all are. The stuff the kids were saying in DC was right out of the Marxist playbook of accusing opposition what the Marxists are doing themselves. She has a Cuban flag. Yeah, you know, someone showed it. They showed that he had the armband, which looks like the Nazi stuff, and then she had the Cuban flag, and then he looks like a communist. So it's like this is look where America was pre 1965. Look at it now. I mean, that's the next generation coming up. They don't care about your rights. They don't care about anything. They're ripping up the Constitution. They don't give a shit because a bunch of racists wrote that. These are young kids who have the energy, and have the want to make change. And by change, of course they're not going to do it. Fucking pussies is why. They're going to go and get the tough guys that they brainwashed to do it for them. You know, like like the March for Lives. It's just a bunch of cops that were there protecting it with guns. But aren't all the cops racist? I could have sworn. You know, the cops are good or bad whenever they feel like it. It's kind of like with America. You know, the left, they choose to be Americans whenever they see fit. You know, whenever their flag comes up, screw it, that's a racist flag. Constitution, racism. Founders, racism. And then you say, okay, well, go back to Africa, and they're like, oh my God, I'm just as much of an American as you. I can't believe you would say something like that. Michelle Elephant, what's up? Bolshevik LARPers. Yeah, they're just a lot of dummies, useless idiots. I don't think it's as I don't think it's as much as a conspiracy as everyone says, though, because a lot of people are dumb. There's just a small select group of people that probably understand history and understand people, and they understand how to like go about things. But it's not. I wouldn't just say it's like, oh, it's the Democrats, because if you look at them, like Maxine Waters, Pelosi, these people, they're just fucking idiots. And I don't think. What's up, Victor? I don't think they're at the top of this. I think it's probably a lot of big companies that want to control things. You know, who likes checks and balances? Who likes to play these games of high taxes, low taxes? Who cares about that? Let's just brainwash people, you know, through advertising, through academia. So you have to make sure, go to college, get in debt, give us your money, get brainwashed, you know, do what we tell you to do. You know, just that kind of thing. But yeah, he's a hog. He's just an opportunist. He's just some scumbag that wants to be famous. You could tell he's like talking about muffins on his Twitter. It's like, you're supposed to be this kid that's, you know, oh, I'm so distraught. My friends got killed. My sister's, she had 4 in one interview friends get killed. In another interview, she had 3 friends killed. In another one, she had 2 friends killed, and then back to 4. What's up, Will? It's all over the place. The only genuine one might be that crazy communist one. How did they get so much attention? Because the powers that be that control the media decided to push them. That's how someone becomes famous. If you're in charge, if you're friends with the media, they'll just throw your face out there, and then now you're famous. That's it. They can make anyone famous. If they can make some skinny little soy boy who cusses all the time and he loves muffins famous, then they can, and obviously they could do it to a bald-headed, I don't know, is she Hispanic, communist, lesbian? If they can make her famous with 1 million followers, then they can make anyone fucking famous. They really can. It just comes down to what agenda do they want to push. They can go in any direction, and they can brainwash people. You can push anything. If they really wanted to, they could start probably pushing like pedophilia, and they'll get some drawback, and they know that they had to baby step it, which is what they're doing. That's why they had to push other sexual degenerate things first. You have to do, like, the closest thing to normal would be homosexuals, and then slowly the Sons of Liberty, what's up? And then now they're doing like transgenders as the next fight. End goal is pedophilia, though. That's as far as you get. You can't go any further than that, because like even pedophilia is even worse than like bestiality or I don't know, whatever. That's as far as it gets. It's always an end goal. Like this gun, just even talking about like restricting guns. Oh, that's the dumbest thing. I had a debate with someone in Santa Monica. Excuse me. I had a drink of one of these. There's a lot of bubbles in there. What's up, Morbius? Stalking horse. Oh, by the way, I don't think the stream dropped yesterday. I don't know what happened. I really don't. It's never happened before. It happened 3 times. And the 3rd time, I shut off the stream, and even my phone was being affected. Like, I couldn't do anything on that phone. I couldn't even go on Discord and warn you guys about what happened. Like, it would not connect. I would switch the Wi-Fi. I would put on airplane mode. I would restart it. I did everything, and it wouldn't work. She looks like Shia LaBeouf. I know, isn't this crazy? How do normies support this? Just look at all the fucking crazies on their side. Just look at them. There's so many bizarre, crazy fucking people. And then when you really go into it, you get all these like people that want to be cats and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm telling you, these people aren't they're not voting Trump. They're not like McCain followers even. These people are just straight up like leftists. Like it's like look at people. They always try to like drown out the 50s. Oh, the 50s was so racist. I don't even know what that word even means anymore. It's bizarre. I don't know what that means. Anytime that someone says, "Oh, that's racist," I have to go like, "What the hell does racism mean?" I do not understand. I really don't know. But I do know that the people there are clean cut people. They understand their purpose in society. Everyone had a gender role. People were much like healthier mentally and physically. And you compare that to today, and just everyone's at each other's throats, constant fighting, and it's only going to get worse because if you have these young people like Hog going around cussing and saying he's going to do this and that, and then you got that lesbian ripping up the Constitution. No one's really saying anything on the left. You know, you got like what's going on in South Africa, for instance. You got people being raped and killed, and then the Australian. I don't know exactly the details, but was it the Australian Prime Minister said, "Hey, we should take in South Africans," and then I saw people in comments saying, "Oh, you only want to bring in South Africans because you want votes, huh?" And I'm like, "Are you like? Why do you why do you think that there's immigration going into America?" And then they showed like a data poll that actually did prove their point, but then according to what they're saying, then if you care about bringing in people that will vote a certain way, then you would be anti-immigration totally. You wouldn't want white people. You wouldn't want blacks or Africans or anything. You wouldn't want anything because if you can show there's a pattern of a certain group supporting certain things, you wouldn't want them in your country. But of course, one set of rules for whites and one set of rules for everybody else. That's that's what they always say, right? Oh, it's disgusting. Like the South African stuff is so like the left. Anytime they decide to cover it, it's just so disgusting because they'll try to say, "Oh, there's nothing going on in South Africa. There's nothing going on there," and then once you like show them, like, yes, there is stuff going on. People are being raped and killed, and then they'll go, "Oh, well, uh, it's racist if you try to like bring them into your country because we don't want more white people coming in. It's racist." Yeah. Good thing is that racism bullshit doesn't really work, but I have to say, guys, I watched a video, or at least I saw it shared by Stefan Molyneux, and I guess Ann Coulter did like an interview, and fuck, it was such a black pill. He was kind of saying, look, America's going to turn into like a one state party, and well, he kind of said that like once the Democrats gain more power, then they're going to open the floodgates, bring everyone in. America will be a one state party. Then they'll take away your guns, and then the demographics. It's impossible to ever win again. And then they're going to try to take away your guns. And once they do that, you take away everything else. Because if you can't enforce your rights, they don't exist. Um, yeah, your rights don't exist. And he was just saying basically, find your tribe, like find like-minded individuals, like just group up, collectivize. And he said, just hold on and just watch what happens. But even then, it's like, let's just say like a war broke out, and then let's say the right won. Even then, like during that war, do you really think that Russia, China, North Korea, you really think these places aren't just going to start bombing us? Like, I don't know. It just looks bad in the United States, but it looks even worse in anywhere else. In the UK, saw a video that they arrested this white lady. She had this little instrument she was playing, and they arrested her for that. And then you got that Count Dankula, ugly fucking guy, by the way, and he gets arrested because his dog did a Nazi salute. Oh my god, fucking clown world, huh? Fucking clown world. You got people coming in, they're raping and killing people, and it's either because of a conspiracy to get rid of the inhabitants, or it's just because the people in charge are fucking idiots. And the people that speak out about it, they're getting censored, they're getting jailed. They're the ones being called racist and all these disgusting insults for speaking out about what's happening to them. And then the people who are censoring them and all this think that they're like all holier than thou. They think they have angel wings. Like we're all about equality and inclusiveness and love and peace and it's bizarre. It's coming from like a religious point of view. What a religious Christian would say is this is straight up just end of times. End of times. You know, this is all like they would say it would be Luciferian type stuff, right? You have Lucifer. It's the most beautiful of all the angels. The light bringer comes to you and says he's going to do everything. I'm going to give you equality. I'm going to give you love. I'm going to give you everything that God isn't able to give you, right? Because you don't have perfect rights. There's not equality in the world, right? So God hasn't given you this. But I will do this. And instead of Lucifer, it would be like that's the analogy, but in their minds it would be like the government. They think if they give the government all the power, it's like just give me God and I'll Morbius Stone. Thank you for the sub. As you guys can see, we're trying to hit 10,000 subs. So let people know. I do a show Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I do a show. I do IRL stuff whenever there's protests and I have the time. I would have went today. But today was my birthday and I want to spend time with my girlfriend. She's going on vacation and I wanted to spend some time with my family because, you know, going to school and helping out with campaigns and doing these live streams, you know, I've lost some of that time. So I try to spend the time whenever I can. I'm not anti-Christian or anything like that. It's just it's tough to, like, at my school there was some Bible thumpers there, and the way they were presenting Christianity was like it's impossible to be okay with what they were saying. Like I don't know, but even I was even talking to moderate Christians, and they're so cucky. They're so cucky, man. They've backpedaled so much that like they don't have any real clear beliefs other than like believe in Jesus kind of thing. Like that's it. What's your major? You know, Will, knowing that I like all this chaos, I like debates, I like fighting for things. You know, if I could go back, I'd probably go into being like a lawyer. I think this stuff is pretty fun. Don't worry, David. I'm extremist Christian enough for us both. Well, I mean, we need more extremists, and by that I just mean people that have a passion to fight for what they believe in. Because nowadays, people have a passion, but they don't have the fight to do it. You know, that's one of the downsides about being on the right is that people on the right, they just want to be left alone. They just want to work. They just want to focus on their family. They just want to they want to lead a virtuous life and be left alone. On the other side, they don't want to leave you alone. They want to dominate. They want to collectivize. You know, they don't want to work, so they want to collectivize with all these other people that that you know they don't really work. So then they have nothing to do. So then they just sit around and they talk about how they're going to control the world, and you see them at these protests. Good luck on the right to get these people going because they're like, oh, I got work, I got my family, I'm doing the things I'm supposed to be doing. So then you're like, hey, let's do a rally. You get like 20, maybe 50 people. On the left, you got like what? You got like hundreds, thousands, millions. It's also because they control the media though and academia and just the culture in general. Because obviously, if you go up to someone, you say, "Hey, are you for gay marriage or against it?" In most people's minds, at least in California, if you were to say, "Oh, I'm against it," like you'd probably like have to like keep your voice quiet. You'd probably think that you're gonna get attacked by a bunch of people, homophobe. Ah! Even though like 5 or 10 years ago, like everyone was against it in California, and they voted against it. But you know how the Supreme Court rules. A pagan today is a Satan worshiper tomorrow. I don't think they're connected. Um, Yeah, I think that's a misconception that people say pagans and like, Satan worshippers are connected. Obviously, Satan is part of the Middle Eastern beliefs, and paganism is the European beliefs. I don't agree with everything the pagans do, though, or at least what they did. All the animal sacrifices. First of all, that's a waste of food. If you live in basically a third world, and that's kind of how like even Rome was very much a third world in a lot of ways. Um, you need that food to survive. Like you're just gonna go and kill animals. Like I don't. I like the idea of doing the Olympics. Doing the Olympics to praise Zeus. I have no problem with that. That's very healthy. It's a good thing. But sacrificing all these for if you wanted to appease Ares and get his support in battle, you would kill a dog. And I'm like, nah, I don't. I'm not like a literal religious person though. I wouldn't be surprised if there was actually a god though. Um, yeah, if someone were to say, look, there's a lot of things we can't explain, and until we explain them, we'll just replace it with God. I'm totally fine with that. Whatever, your concept of God is. Leftists consider part-time job slavery. What would they do if communism got implemented? Um, well, you see, look, guys. If they really wanted what they wanted, like if they really wanted socialism, and they always say, "Oh, but the Nordic countries, Sweden, Iceland, all these Nordic countries, it works, right? They only work like 3 times a week. They get free college. They get all these things, right?" And they try to say, "Oh, well, we could do that here," but and look, can it work? Yes, it can. So if you ever listen to Turning Point people and they say, "Oh, socialism can't work," that's not true. Um, to any of the Ben Shapiro fans out there, even he has admitted that it can work. Um, it's just under you need certain requirements for it to work. So to the places that basically where it does work, you need a small population. That's the first thing. If you look at like Germany, for instance, it's not it's what was it, like half the size of Texas, maybe. So of one of our, it's like half the size of one of our states. So it had to have a small population. It has to be homogenous. So it has to have all of the same people there. Just like in Japan, it's all the same people. That means there's a lot of social trust. People see each other as equals, as the same. So there's more social trust, less crime. Um, I would say you need high IQ individuals as well, because there's a lot of African places where it's very homogenous, but then there's high crime and things like that. And I would think, to me, I think most of all this stuff comes from savagery, and all of that comes from usually low IQ areas. And through studies, it's shown that, like, Asians and whites tend to be higher on the IQ area. So I would normally add IQ. That's not something anyone else would add. Then you can't have a military. Can't have a military. None of these places have militaries. They depend on us to protect them. So they don't have military. So all the money that would go into a military, instead it goes into their healthcare, their college, all these things. Their housing. So you have small populations. You has to be homogenous, high IQ'd. Can't have a military, and I feel like I might be missing something, but I think those are the main ones, really. Frog Nationalist, what's up? If you guys haven't subbed, please sub. I'm trying to reach 10,000. That's a good number. Once I hit 10,000, I won't ask anyone else to sub. I think it's a nice, clean number. I don't really need to go above that. I don't think I'll ever make 100K. That's fine. I think 10,000 is something I could do, but Morbius Pagans. Sam, clean your room. Oh man, you guys are funny, funny people. Are you a pagan? I just don't see like why people would spurg on that. You know, it's like if you think about it, Europeans believing anything else is kind of weird because like Like if you're Greek and you believe in Zeus, that's in my mind that would seem normal. Whereas oh shoot, that kind of scared me. Thank you, Frog Nationalist. I like your name, by the way. That's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, and then and just believing in Zeus, that's a European god and all that stuff. It's their higher testosterone levels, which makes them more prone to violence and outlandish behavior in conjunction with low IQ. Yeah, I haven't seen these studies, but I've heard people say it. A lot of people are fighting on religion here. I, uh, I'm just, hey, dude, let's smoke fucking meth and jam out to Shani Twain. That doesn't seem too healthy. Seems kind of. I think meth is definitely degenerate. I think even I think a lot of people would say that. Why are people saying race traitor? What's going on right now? Wait, who's Morbius? Why are people calling out Morbius? Greeks are Orthodox Christian, and their highest insult is to call someone a Hebe. Huh? Never heard that before. Hebe. Okay, so there's obviously a battle in the religion thing here. Um, Paganism is true European spirituality. Christianity is completely alien to the spirit of European man. Okay, so there's a okay. So what I'm seeing is there's uh, a battle. Um, hmm. I don't necessarily want to take a side, but I will say that the lib fags are spurging. I don't think there's any lib fags in here. There's just people with different opinions on religion. I think because I recognize basically everyone, so no one's here. No one here is the SJW. And Morbius has a very 1990s opinion of paganism. Yeah, I think the weird thing is people tie it to like people tie it to like Lucifer worshiping, and they're not the same things, obviously. Uh, like the only reason, like if you like, oh, Lucifer has like horns and things like that, it's like, oh, that's because the Christians stole that from the god Pan. God Pan was a Greek god, and people like Pan, so it was good propaganda to get the pagan god Pan and decide to say, oh, well, that's what Lucifer looks like, and he's the ultimate evil. So that's how they were able to destroy Pan and the people that believed in him. Is they were able to dirty his name, basically saying it's like saying he's a pedophile, he's a bad guy, things like that. Hey guys, no, don't call each other SJWs. Don't call each other uh, bad words. Everyone here is on the same side. We just have different opinions on religion. That's all. Just a little thing. No needs to be pulling out pitchforks over like one simple, small little disagreement here. What do you think of Richard Spencer? um, I think the biggest thing when you talk about him is, do you think he's real or not? Because a lot of people say he's like a Fed, and I don't think he's a Fed personally. I don't have much experience in that field though, but I would say I think he's a real person. Asian Andy, Asian Daddy's home. There's there's no way that's the real Asian Andy. But if it is, if you can message me back on Twitter, I would very much appreciate that, my dude. Broseph, what's up? Yeah, I don't think he's a Fed. I think that's the main thing. I think if he wants to be pro-white, that's totally fine. Everyone else has their own groups. Everyone else has their own groups you can think of. It's only fair. I mean, when I went to college and I go to Harvard, obviously, uh, it is the real Asian Andy. Really? Well, this would be the second time I've interacted with you. If it is, what's up, Asian Andy? Uh, we live in like the same area, so if you ever want to do some IRL streams, especially at political events, I'd be totally down. I'm not trying to parasite or anything like that. I just think it would be fun. It was really nice meeting you in at TwitchCon. That was pretty fun. Yeah, Asian Andy's the man. I'm shocked right now. Asian Andy's the new leader of the alt-right. Leader of the alt-right checking in. Yeah. You know what? You should be, because you have more balls than anyone in the movement. Like, I put myself out there, I've had bombs thrown at me, but having the kind of shit shouted out on your speakers, that is as crazy as it gets. What's up, Base Pennsylvania? It's as crazy as it gets. There's no way I could have done that stream with you guys. I don't care if you shouted me out on everything. There's no way I would have went. I could barely. I had to skip through shit because it was too cringy for me. But I get cringed very easily. Yeah, Asian Andy, he's the man. I want to see Asian Andy David do one of those streams. No, I I don't think I could. I could do, like, if you want to. I saw one of your streams where you were like digging a hole and stuff like that. If you need an extra pair of hands to dig more holes at beaches, that sounds fun. But I don't know. Maybe I could deal with it. I don't know. Because I do things for fun, and I think it would be fun. But at the same time, it would be super cringy for me too. So if I wouldn't be surprised if I had to do what Andy did and run to the bathroom and just dive out of a window. You know, I don't know. I also saw Asian Andy 100%. He has to be. I mean, the amount of balls on this guy. Nice guy is in the house. What's up? We have a good stream today. Like, a lot of good people in here. Maybe I should do a late show, like the late show, because I don't think I'm in competition with anyone right now. 10 o'clock to like midnight. Um, that would be good. Um, yeah, yeah. Well, if this is the real Asian Andy, I'd like to ask, why don't you do more political stuff? Because it's super easy content and you're fighting for a good cause. I'd like to ask. But if you don't want to get into that stuff, I understand, because it's, you don't want to alienate your fans, kind of thing. I would get it. I guess I'm just trying to understand the mindset, because I know Ice Poseidon is very pro-Trump, but obviously he's not really into doing politics. Is it from alienation, or you just, like, you'll vote, but you're not like into it? Um, it's just something I wondered. But I'm stuck in the political field. I don't think I could start playing video games, and I don't think you guys will watch for that. So I have no choice but to go into the political field, even though I like anime, I like MMA, I like comics, I like a lot of stuff, but kind of stuck on this, guys. Oh, Victor, you don't none of you guys have to donate. I can do every single show without a donation. I just do this for the fun. I like hanging out with you guys. Oh, everyone knows my stance. Oh, I don't know. I didn't know the stance. Double A, I'm subbing, bro. Wedding streams have me dead. Oh, I don't know though. There's no way I could do that kind of stuff. I can barely even put a camera in front of someone's face because I feel like I'm being an asshole. Um, that's why when I go to political stuff and I know all of these people are fucking assholes, then I have no problem doing it. But if I went up to some normal person and I try to, like, at a wedding, and I try to, like, act like I was there, I don't know. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I could do the political stuff, but I couldn't do the normie stuff, because screwing with bad people I'm fine with. If Antifa wants to fight, if anyone wants to get down, shit hits the fan, that's fine, because I'm fighting bad guys essentially. But I'm not very good at messing with normal people. I feel, because I feel bad about it. That's why I always ask, oh, is it okay if you want to be on camera? Like, I know I don't need your consent, but I'm just getting your consent to be a nice guy. Um, yeah. Yeah, I don't mean to copy or anything. I've had this idea for a while to go around and do what I normally do. I used to do lifestyle streams on the Red Elephants, but then I got kicked off. Or not, I didn't get kicked off. We just got a strike, so we couldn't go out and do live streams anymore. So that'll be back in April. But once it's back, I'm gonna go back to do my lifestyle streams. And I was thinking I could add um, the speakers. So I've had this idea for a while. It's just I had a surgery on my knee. You can't really see it, but there's crutches right there. So I haven't been mobile. That's why I've been doing like this store stuff. Oh, notification on Discord. Okay, I tried to message you on Discord, but it said something like I had to be friends with you, otherwise it wouldn't go through. That's why I messaged you on Twitter, just so you know. Um, oh, I'm not good on the language. I'll TTYL, guys. Walk around with fam. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming in here. I'm surprised. I'm a very small stream, so to have a big streamer in here is surprising. Yeah, thanks. I'll message you on Discord. Um, yeah, Asian Andy's a cool guy. Will, what's up, Will? Yeah. Yeah. So I've had this idea for a while that I would walk around. A lot of people take my ideas. As long as you're on the right, as long as you're a cool person, I'll give you ideas, and they tend to work out. Like politics is my entire recommended. Yeah, I give a lot of ideas to a lot of people. I know when Omar went from Maxine Waters' house and that got national attention, that whole thing was like my idea. Um, he has to say what he has to say on stage, but if you ask him, yeah, that whole thing was my idea. I gave him that idea like 6 months ago. Um, yeah, so that the whole Christian gaming stream from a certain someone. So I ate a lot of cake and things like that because it's my birthday. So if I'm a little burpy and not only that, but here comes the sparkling water again. Yes, hail Andy, everybody. We're gonna do the David Hogg. Like, how do you do it? He went like that, right? We're gonna give him the David Hogg. Oh yeah, Asian Andy's in Korea, right? That's something. That's pretty ballsy. That place can go into a war at any time. And that's a very calculated war. That's not just some let's throw rocks at each other sandcastles kind of war. That's that's a samurai war, or not samurai because that's Japan. But you guys catch my drift. Um, Hog did a weird effeminate raised fist bump. Yeah, it was weird, and I think he did a foot thing. You know how you do like the Nazis do the foot thing, and then they do the hand thing. I felt like he did the foot thing and the hand thing, and I was like, holy shit, that's like basically the same thing. I couldn't see his legs, but I like just looking at his upper body, it looked like his legs moved first because it was very quick action. Okay, some of you guys are like full power right now. Oh yeah, Victor. Yeah, I heard you guys were trolling people. I would like that to happen. If you guys are in the Discord and you guys wanted to do some like raids and some fun stuff, like as a group, like guys, we're a tribe. We're like as Stefan Molyneux said, you have to find your tribe, and once you have your tribe, you got to hold on, and we'll see what happens in the next 50 years in America. And we have to do that. So I really want us to do some collectivist stuff together. Press one if you guys want us to do some collectivist stuff together because I want to do it. I want all of us to come together, you know. We're similar people, similar heritage, similar identity, similar history, similar cultures. Therefore, we should be together, guys, all of us. American Rebel, what's up? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's find let's do it. If you guys, I don't know, it's kind of late, but just come in the Discord and be like, "Hey guys, let's raid this motherfucker." And we'll just go in there and as a collective, as a team, we will do whatever is the plan. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do. Like I've seen like Millennial Matt, he goes on people's streams and he tries to get them to say certain things. Like it's just fun stuff. I'm not saying do anything, go on there and try to do anything like demented. Like we're not Destiny fans here. We're not trying to hurt anyone. We're just here to have fun. We're not trying to dox anybody or have someone say any like, derogatory words or anything. I've been in the mood for a raid. Yeah, let's get together. Let's be a collective. Let's be a team. Let's be some bug people for once in our lives, huh? All you white guys, you guys keep reading all this Loki constantly. Read all this Loki, and then you become all these boring individuals. Oh, I only do what I want to do. I only do what I want to do. No one tells me what to do. I'm an individual. I can do whatever I want. It's like no. I mean, you are to a degree, but come on. You have a family. You're in a country. Maybe you have a religion. Like you have all these collectivists you belong to. But then you're like, oh, well, I'm an individual on this. I'm a collectivist on all these levels, but individual right here. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But admit that you're a collectivist in all these other ways. You know, God, I feel like I'm out of breath. I have this ritual where I eat this massive like cheeseburger, fries, milkshake, and like all this cake. It's what I do only on my birthday. That's it. I don't do it often at all. Do I eat? I rarely even eat like sugar, but I let myself go on my birthday, and I'm feeling the effects right now. Sean Perry. I'm totally fine with that. Look, guys. I was debating this guy and beating him up before it was even fun. Before, like I'm not an opportunist here. I'm not a fame whore. Me and him were going back and forth, whether it was debating or whether it was physically. And this was not on camera. This was just a personal beef. I don't need to put my personal beef out there. I'm not here for the super chats. I'm not here for the views, the subs. I would like to have a certain amount of subs. It would be nice to have 10,000. That's all I'm asking for. Um, but that's it. I don't need to go out there and cause all this drama. And I mean, Bloodsports is fine. I'm totally fine with it and all of that. I watch it all the time. I've been watching it since the Sargon Richard Spencer debate. But I was slapping him around before it was like a cool thing to do. Obviously, it's a cool thing to do. Fuentes did it. That Cantwell guy seemed to have done it. Yeah, he basically did it. All you have to do is just stay calm and rational, and this guy he just does all the jumping. So, hey, Will, if you want to do it, I'm not going to say no, but at the same time, I don't need them. I don't need to beg to be on people's shows, nor do I want to. I don't need to I'm not some opportunist fame whore that's just like, oh, can I come on your show? Oh, I want to fight this person because I have a personal beef. Please give me a platform. I'm not here to suck dick for a platform. I'm not here to beg for it. I'm just here to do my thing. I have a certain schedule that I stick to, that I've agreed to, that I've done, and I just like hanging out with my friends. That's really it. Let's do some fun stuff together. Shaft, Cow Digit. Where is Emily? She's on. Oh, jeez, the burps. They keep coming on. Emily's on vacation. We're on spring break from Harvard, the school we go to, and so her and her family are going on a vacation, and I'll be free. I'll be free for a week, so we'll see what happens. Fuentes is a savage. I love that kid. Yeah, I like him. I watched him for a long time before he was on any of these debates. I don't agree with him on everything. I think he can improve in a lot of areas, but for the most part, he's very clean. He's probably the best debater out there. David's trying to become another YouTube e-celeb. He has respect. I don't want to become. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, David is not. Yeah, I don't want to be an e-celeb, guys. Look. I have a lot of connections, and I could just go and I could be like, hey, get me on your live stream. Hey, retweet me. Hey, do this, do that. I've known like all the LA people for like a year now, and I was tight with all these people. But you didn't see me going around, hey, can you retweet me? Can you do this? I had like some bullcrap, like 2,000 followers on Twitter, and I never did anything with it, and I didn't care. I was just doing my normal life, and every now and then I'll go to a protest or something. And I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else for it. I know I'm better than some people. There's obviously the opportunist. I don't like that, but Yeah, I'm just here. Like, look, if I get like 100 views, but I had a good time and I'm hanging out with all my Discord buddies here, that's all. That's really all I care about. I don't need millions of fucking people to like. I exist because I say so. I don't need other people to define me. I don't need other people to make me have self-worth. I don't need that. And there's a lot of people that do. They look at the views on their videos and then they say whether like the views on their videos make them believe whether or not they are important or not. I don't need that. I have a small group of people that are my buddies and pals, and if I have more, I'm totally fine with that, but I don't need it. There's a lot of people that need it. They are willing to do whatever it takes for a platform, and I think that's pretty pathetic. And I'm not trying to I'm not trying to cause drama, so I'm not gonna like name names or anything. Broseph is in the house. He is a Nick Fuentes fan. Very cool guy. I'd like to see you debate some of the other people in the Discord. I like to see people like big brain people go at it. That's why I watch all the Bloodsport stuff. I don't watch it for the drama. I watch it for the ideas. Of course, the JF versus that J guy debate was a little over my head, but got to go do homework for Spanish class. Nice stream. All right, thank you, Frog Nationalists. I hope you all the best in your endeavors with the Spanish class. If you have to learn a language, that's a good one. Look, guys, if I actually got into a debate, I'll stay calm, I'll stay rational, but for the most part, all I want to do is throw poo. That's it. You see, I've noticed that all of the civic nationalists, alt-right people, all they do is they use ad hominems and they use straw mans. Oh, you've been watching me before, Nick? I didn't know that. That's whatever happened to that Johnny Bananas guy. I don't know. I know he's dating Irma, and that's about it. I know he had a rally that he used to do, but I don't know if he just does it, but he doesn't have any push to promote it or what. But I know he does that, and then he likes attacking Omar and people all the time, which I don't get. Yeah, I like because that's what they do, right? All the civic nationalists in these debates, they aren't calm and rational, and they talk about ideas. They just go into ad hominems, kind of like Nicky Boy or they'll say Charlottesville Kid, all of this stuff. And look, ad hominems, it has a time and a place, and you could be funny about it, but they don't use it in that way. They use ad hominems as like attacks to win an argument, which is what you don't do. Um, they use ad hominems at the beginning, and then they'll use a straw man. Oh, so you mean so you think segregation is a good thing? Why do you think that? And then like Fuentes or whoever will have to go. Oh, what I really mean, and then just go back and forth. And so straw man, I mean ad hominem with a straw man, and then the other person has to take 10 minutes trying to say no, that's not true. I'm trying to say this, and then the other person will they'll sit back and try to like nitpick once the other person, like Fuentes, is trying to say, no, this is what I really mean. Yeah, they don't have an argument. You ask them, look, tell me one place. They literally said one place. All you gotta do is name one. Tell me a civic nationalist place that is successful or even exists, really. I'd say what exists, really. And they say, oh, well, America. And it's like, no, that doesn't count because America was a white country for the entire fucking time. It's been a white country the entire time. It's only turned multicultural for the last, what, 50, 40 years, and you're trying to say that that's what matters? If you look at time and you know how to round, you would say this is a white country. It's a white majority still. It's white country. It's not multicultural. Like if America was a multicultural country, it would have been a melting pot from the very beginning. The immigration process would have been 20% this, 20% that. It would have been completely equal across the board. And this is why I got red pilled on this because that's what I thought. I was told, look, it was it's an America was a melting pot. I live in California. I look around, and yeah, it looks like a melting pot. But I had no idea that the immigration was primarily just white guys from the founding all the way into 1965. And then you're trying to tell me it's a melting pot. I'm like, no, no, no. What are you talking about? You're saying it's a melting pot, but these guys over here are saying that it was a white country the entire time until just recently, because the 60s was like just recently. And now you're trying to act like this is a whole, like this country was founded on these beliefs when it wasn't. Like this was something that just started. And not only that, but they were told, from what I've heard, that it would help the economy having all this immigration and it wouldn't change the demographics. And so far, I can't really talk about the economy because I'm not like an economics person or anything like that. I can't go like deep into it, but I would tell you for sure that the demographics are obviously changing. Otherwise, there would be no one talking about the white genocide or anything like that. And leftists like to throw it in people's faces and say, "Oh, whites are going to be the minority like 2040." You see Biden saying, "Oh, this is such a great thing that whites are going to be a minority." So yeah, it's changing the demographics. So you sold someone a deal and you fucking lied because it's doing exactly what you said it wasn't going to do. And so, like, just on that basis alone, you should get rid of it just because it's not doing what it was sold on. It's like saying, hey, if you buy these light bulbs, you're not going to get cancer, guaranteed. And the next thing you know, your your hair starts fucking falling out, and then you have these people, oh, well, you're a racist if you get rid of it. You already bought them. You can't just, what are you going to do? You're going to deport the light bulbs that are giving you cancer? Yeah. Yeah, the immigration it was like all white people. If I want diversity, I go to PF Chang's. That's a funny thing too, though. They say, "Oh, like I used to use this too." Um, it's like, "Oh, well, if we got rid of every one group, we wouldn't have like if you got rid of all the Mexicans, we wouldn't have Mexican food anymore." And you're like, "Are you out of your mind? Like, like you do know that the owners of like probably Taco Bell and Chipotle are probably aren't Mexican, right? Like all you need is like a cookbook of ingredients, and you can just get the ingredients from the areas and have them shipped in. I don't understand this. Are you saying it's literally impossible for black people to make Mexican food? Is it impossible? I thought we were all just Americans, so can't anyone make Mexican food? Like, I don't know. It's that whole picking and choosing. Like, I am my ethnicity or my race whenever it suits me, and I am American whenever it suits me. You know, it's like it's sickening. Like to see a leftist try to put their hand on their heart, I just start like throwing up. I remember one guy tried to do this in LA during the November 4th thing, and he was like, "Oh, we're more patriotic than you. You have the flags and all this. You right wing people aren't patriotic." And he was like, "Come on, guys, let's do the allegiance and all of that." And he started singing, and then like he did it for like 5 seconds, and then he like went like this, and like no one did it. So he had to give it up. And I'm like, look, I'm telling you, see, your people aren't patriotic. They think patriotic, being proud of your country is a bad thing because these people don't see themselves as part of the country. I know a lot of people that have told me that they live in these areas and they see what the other kids are taught, and what they're taught is basically other Mexican kids is what I'm saying. And they were being taught that, look, you're not American, you're Mexican, you're from Mexico. We're just here for the economic reasons. That's it. It's no different than if you're like, I love California, but because I'm being taxed up the ass, we have to go to Oklahoma. And you tell your kids, look, at the end of the day, we're Californians. We're still going to live the same life we always live. We're still going to vote the same way. We're still going to behave the same way because that's who we are. You don't change the area you go to. You are who you are, basically, for the most part. Unless you're one of those immigrants where you go to America because you want to be an American. And so you're like, I'm totally fine with getting rid of my language. I'll speak English. I will do everything that way. But you don't really get that mindset anymore. You're not getting that. You're seeing people come here and they just want to fucking take over. And they want to be who it's like they want to be Mexican, but then at the same time they want all the benefits of being American. Melting pot of white Europeans. The melting pot of marshmallows. Of marshmallows. That's the melting pot. I didn't know that. That was like the biggest red pill for me. Was when people told me that the melting pot was all bullshit, and I looked it up myself, and I was like, "Holy crap!" I had no idea. That was a big one. Because where I live, there's not a lot of white people to begin with, so I didn't really have an opinion on that kind of stuff. I did notice, obviously, at the public school I went to, that all the groups were, segregate themselves. I've worked in like after school programs, and you see the boys and the girls. They're like, "Hey, you can sit where you want," and they all segregate. Maybe there's a couple tomboys with the boys. Very minority, of course. Group segregate. One of the things, and Tokes is a friend of mine, so I'm not shitting on him. I'm just talking about the ideas here. But when he was bringing up, Jim Crow and all that, and he's like, "Oh, Jim Crow, basically it's so bad, right? And you're a bad person if you agree with it." Now, I don't like when it comes to like Jim Crow or anything like that or civil rights. I say I'm totally against all that stuff because I don't want the government to be able to say I don't like the government to be able to say people have to be separated or people have to be included. Like, you have to be friends with this guy. Like, here's white guy, black guy, have to be friends. Yeah, no, I don't like that. And I also don't like, white guy, black guy, you have to be separated. Like, I don't like any of that. I would rather, when it comes to like social things, I would like people to regulate themselves. And if they regulate themselves, if you just leave people alone, let them do what they want, then the most likely, because they already do that. You look at wealthy places and the demographics always look the same. They don't have any laws in wealthy areas that say no blacks allowed. What they do is or not even just blacks, but like, Hispanics and things like that is they put up all those little pay zone things. They'll just charge you because if you look at the wealth in the country, it's distributed in the same way the IQs are. You see, blacks on the bottom, Hispanics, whites in the middle, and Asians. And then from what I've been told, Jews are at the top. I haven't seen any data on that. I'm just going based off what people tell me and what Jordan Peterson has said. And then wealth is about the same. Jews are only 2% of the population, but as a religion, they own more money than Christians do. And Christians, there's way more Christians than Jews. So that's my data on the Jews on wealth. But yeah, it's like there's no country that says you can't come over if you're this, and this. They just make it really difficult for you to do it. I think in Israel, they don't necessarily say that you can't be there if you're Jewish. I don't think, but I think they just make it really difficult for you to be a citizen. I'm not the expert to be talking about are the Jews a race. I think isn't a race characterized as so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but here's like a race, right? And then you look, and then there's a bunch of ethnicities within that race. So you look at white people, and then ethnicity within white people are like Irish, English, Italian, Greek, act, right? So by that logic, from what I've heard, I'm not an expert on Jews, but what I've heard is here's Jews, let's just say as a race, then you go down, and then there's like Ashkenazi, what was it, Lafarkin or something? There's just a bunch. So I would personally consider them because there's a bunch of different ones, and they all have, yeah, as you said right here, genetic markers. You can be. I saw Ice Poseidon on a stream, and he did the blood test, and it said he was, a percentage Jewish. So it's a racial thing. Yeah, I mean, obviously they're ethnocentric because if they weren't, they would. Yeah, you see all these different ethnicities. I would personally say that they have a whole different history. They have a whole different mindset. They have a different identity. Um, you know, um, I mean, the genetic thing is the biggest one. When I was very uninformed about this stuff, I thought, oh, Jews are just a religion. But then I found out like through you can test to see if you're actually Jewish, and I was like, oh, okay, well that there's a genetic like you can't take a DNA test and find out if you're Christian or not. You can't. Oh, you take a test. Oh, I guess I'm 25% Buddhist. I had no idea. Um, you don't do that, so it's only Jewish, really. You can't even take it and say, "Oh, I'm 10% Muslim." Like that's not how it works. It's only with Jews do you get that. So yeah, it's ethnocentric. I even had this article from the Journal of Science. No, not Journal of Science, Journal of something, where they basically admitted that Israel was ethnocentric. But at the same time, the right wing Jews and left wing Jews are very different, and one group wants multiculturalism and the other one doesn't. So, but at the same time, but let me think about that, because even then, like Ben Shapiro, even he says he doesn't care about the browning of America. So he says he supports Israel, but at the same time, he doesn't support like eugenics, or because he said like he was against killing Down syndrome babies, and he was totally fine with the browning of America, but he's a right wing Jew. But then the other right wing Jews in Israel are totally ethnocentric. They're kicking out the Africans. The only reason they care about the Arabs and they're not kicking them out is because they know from what I've heard, they came up with some way to be able to outbreed the Arabs there. So they know there's no need to get rid of them. Yeah, and then they believe that if I were to marry a Jewish woman and we had kids together, all of a sudden those kids are Jewish now. They're no longer viewed or identified as whatever I am. They're viewed as that, and that's not fair. There's no that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you have a kid with someone if all of a sudden that kid is no longer viewed as your kid? It's like as you, like your race or your ethnicity, they are Jewish now. And it's interesting because I've been reading this comic called Invincible, and it's all about at least when it comes to the main character and his race. He's an alien, basically. He's an alien. His dad's a superhero. He's half human, half Vulturemite. And then one day he has powers. He starts going through the whole superhero stuff. Finds out his dad is actually he's part of it's kind of like a Saiyan race, where they're proud warrior race of people. And his father is a spy for those people, and he's gonna take over Earth. Then the son tries to fight him, gets beat down. But either way, the race is very ethnocentric, very, very. It's so much. Somehow their genes are so powerful that when they have a child with any other race, it can be like bug people, and if they have a child with them, their kid will look more like them and resemble more like them than they will the other race. So it's like you're basically taking over a group of people just through the means of reproduction. And I think if you're going to have kids with someone, obviously you want that kid to be half yours, half theirs, because that's the way it's supposed to be. But if you're going to have a kid with someone and then that kid is deemed 100% theirs and not really you anymore in any meaningful way, like it will be on a genetic level, but it won't be in a identity level, I think there's something definitely wrong with that. I would suggest not having children with a person like that. That's not, there's no equivalent exchange there. This kid is mine now. He's not yours. That's kind of like feels like kidnapping to me. Yeah, see, this is why I don't get super into the topic. I listen to people. I'm open minded, but I'm not. I could talk more about race realism than I can any of that JQ stuff. But I will say it's already admitted on both sides on the right that there is an overrepresentation. um, it's just the debate now isn't. It's like they call it everyone anti-Semitic for saying there's overrepresentation, and then people just kind of shielded through the storm. Now they've backtracked, and now the fight is on whether there's a conspiracy or if it's organic or not. Jordan Peterson has said that he believes the reason why this small group of people is in charge of all these powerful positions that basically can control your thoughts, Hollywood and the media is where everyone gets their information from. I've been in class and they say, "Oh, well, how do you know? How do you know about third world countries? Like blah blah blah." And then people in the class will say, "Oh, well, through movies and through media." And he was saying that it's due to their high IQs. And so he's saying, "Look, they're just there. Yes, they are there, but it's organic." And then the other side would say, it's not organic. I saw Fuentes. He said he was saying that there's other groups that have higher IQs than them. Someone posted something saying that Europeans go to Harvard more so than Jews do and get higher SATs. So the only way that they could have gotten into these positions of power is through collectivism, basically. The Sons of Liberty. I don't know. I've never seen the DNA test. People have seen my DNA test. We've seen, Fuentes's on live camera. I've never seen that DNA test. All we're taking is someone's word for it. If you want the content, that's a good one though. Yeah, so on Discord, if you guys want to send me data and stuff, I'll read it out. I'll look at it. I care about the truth. I don't care about feelings. Ben Shapiro's sister, fam, goddamn, you could motorboat. Oh my god, a certain person would like fucking rip my dick off over those statements right there. Can I ask you guys, since we're on the topic though of the pillows, are those real? I'd really like. That's what I want to know right now. Hey, Broseph, can you just send me what you just said on Discord so I can like read it over? I really want to talk about the pillows though. And is that real or is that fake? Because I've seen the pictures and it's just astounding. It's astounding. Come on. I had whoever knows, any guys in here that have done the research, and I'm sure after seeing those pictures, you had to have done your research. Who took these pictures? How do you have pictures of this? Imagine if someone went to like a Ben Shapiro thing and instead of arguing, they just had a picture of his sister. Oh, oh my God. I know if I was a leftist, that's what I would do. I would go there with a picture of his naked sister. It's like, don't stab somebody. That's a better way to get into someone. Oh, fuck. You guys are gonna post her pic? If you had to post it in the white elephants, because I won't delete it. Those pics aren't Shapiro's sister, just a girl that looks like her. Oh, okay. See, that makes sense. If his sister was a total fucking degenerate and would be taking pictures of her body with her face in it, I mean, that sounds pretty low IQ to me. Seems like some Maxine Waters stuff there, guys. There's the Discord, guys. This is where we're going to go to collectivize. We're going to collectivize. We're a family now, okay? We're going to do things together. All right? Just look at Hollywood and it's blatant. It is group preference and nepotism. It sure isn't based upon ability because of the crap that's coming out of TV. Yeah, I think it's like anything. Once people get to the top, they just monopolize it, right? They get their buddies in, and when it comes to women, they say, "Okay, well, you want this part? You're a good actress, but you know what? That other girl, she just came in. She's pretty good too. So I have to ask, like, how much do you want this part? And are you willing to go? Are you willing to go the extra mile for this part? That's the main question. And the next thing you know, you start hearing you know, and that's what basically happens, right? I want to be famous, right? I want to make millions. I want guys to be fapping to me. Oh, that's what I want. And then they go, oh well, I have to, barter and trade, right? Barter and trade. Of course, the rape allegations. That's if you want to play that guy and you say, oh, if you do this, I'll get you a part. Whatever. It's consensual, right? You're both adults. But obviously the rape allegations. That's a whole. That's where you execute people. That's I would be in favor of executing them. It's 100% proven. Execute them. Just lynch them. Lynch rapists. Lynch murderers. Has to be 100% proven though. Like if there's even a doubt, I'd say fuck it, just throw them in jail for life or something. Fapping is degenerate. Yeah. Most Hollywood movies have the same people. Backroom casting couch series. Hey, that's what was it? What was that guy's name? Something Fellman. He said the casting couch was real for the kids. He said the casting couch was real. He was there for a long time. His buddy killed himself, and he said it was because of the molestation that he went through being with all these Hollywood people. And that's what happens, when guys get positions of power, when they get power in general, it's all for the sake of sex, basically. You get money because you want sex. You get in shape because you want sex. Like that's what it is. That's how it was. Oh yeah, Corey Feldman. There you go. He came out and he said casting couch was real. How does Adam Sandler keep making movies when they're all crap? He has money and he has connections. There you go. He has money, he has connections. That's all you need. You could be a completely garbage person and no one likes you, but if you have the connections and you steal ideas and you beg to be on platforms, you'll have you'll be somewhere. Post all the info on TWE. Thank you, Broseph. Adam Sandler's film production studio is a way for him to give money to his buddies. Yeah, but I think his movies are shit. They haven't been good in a long time, but at least his movies are pretty trad, right? It's like basically Nuclear Family for him and all his friends in his movies. I think you guys would like that. There's not a lot of race mixing going on either. I think he was married to Salma Hayek, but I think a lot of us would be totally fine with that. So. They show up for a couple lines, $2 million. Yeah. You know what sucks is these people that make all this money, they don't have an imagination. They don't have any creativity, and they don't have any insight into the future or the way that things could go. Because, like the amount of futuristic technologies out there that need David buy and send bake to 23andMe and see what happens. I'm not buying. He's got super chat money. He can do it. Just if you want him to do that, just hound him. Send him a super chat for worth $1 on Streamlabs and ask him to do it. I'm sure he'll do it. Are you describing the modern diverse NFL? Yeah, and the NFL and the NBA are the most diverse places, right? Isn't that funny how that works? Because the word diversity, basically you would have to be pro segregation if you were actually pro diversity. Because if you mix all the colors together, there's no longer any diversity anymore. It's only when the colors are kept separate that there is diversity. So if you're not pro-segregation, you're not actually pro-diversity. You don't believe diversity is a strength. Yeah, but there's so many futuristic technologies I'm seeing that just need funding, and you don't see anyone really funding these things. And it's like if I had some money, I'd be helping these people out. I would be promoting them on places. You want to start conversations about the things that they're trying to do, but people are so boring. You make a lot of money, and what do? You just fucking sit on it. That's it. Or you give your money to some stupid leftist organization just so you can virtue signal and gain some social points. So pathetic. So boring. So many people are just fucking boring, man. I have to say, I have to agree with George Carlin on that point. People are just fucking boring. Adam Sandler and Vince Vaughn are good guys. Yeah, they're good. What's his name? Uh, what's his name from Lethal Weapon? Oh, what's his name? Yeah, Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson. There you go. And to I forgot who said it. You were talking about diversity, but yeah, it's just diversity helps them. Yeah, RFLET. I did read that, but I think they were just rounding up, so they'll try to like round up on any sort of non-white thing they can. So it's not like they can add 10 or 20% of something in there. They're just grabbing something that's in there and they're trying to round up instead of round down. Duke Chronic, Mel's the best. If you guys haven't, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subs. That's all I want. I don't need to have 20,000. I don't need 100K. I just want 10. That's it. I have 2,000 right now. David had been vaping CBD too. Um, no, I don't think so. Haven't vaped CBD in a long time. Um, I'm gonna try to get back into it though, because CBD is an anti-inflammatory, and I have rheumatoid arthritis, so I'm trying. I have fish oil right here. I have fish oil, and David, you're growing, bro. Yeah, very slowly. Here's some fish oil. Here's some turmeric, another anti-inflammatory. Don't drink this. I did it. It's fucking torture. Don't do it. Glucosamine and chondroitin with MSM. Uh, yeah, so I'm trying to do all that. I had to have some surgeries. I had to have some surgeries on my knee. It's been a problem since high school, but doing what I can for anti-inflammatory purposes. CBD is another good one. I guess THC would be considered the degenerate part, but I rarely ever do that. Rarely ever do that. So I ate a bunch of crap today, so it's kind of hard to talk without getting breathless. THC is the fun part. Yeah, do your thing. CBD helps. Yeah, there you go. Um, yeah, do your thing. My only thing on marijuana, and I've worked and I've done petition jobs where I was basically had to be pro marijuana. But my only thing is look, like do it behind in your house. I like it being treated as alcohol. Uh, but I'd like to see more conclusive science on it. I know there's some science saying it's bad, there's science saying it's good. I would like to know exactly what it does to your brain long term before I ever tell people. Yeah, I'd say wake and bake. That's degenerate. I say my version of traditionalists, or maybe not even my version, but when it comes to pleasures, as the ancient Greeks said, I always say everything in moderation, nothing in excess. That's what the ancient Greeks believed. That's what I believe. If you're waking and baking, you're running away from some sort of problem. There's something going on in here, and you're trying to run away from it because no one does something like it's like if you got up in the morning and you were drinking from morning to night. There's something wrong with you. You're running away from something. What about NoFap? Pro or opposed? Um, well, let me see. That's a tough one because with that, I actually watched this thing. This was before I was even into politics. This was like years ago, and I was like a normie. And I watched this thing, and they were saying, "Oh well, if you do that, you're literally like, you know, you have all this inner energy and you're pushing it out. But like if you don't do that, you could just you can kind of like do it, but then you can just kind of like um, breathe in. It's kind of like getting all the energy you have and just bringing it in your body instead." And I was doing some stuff like that, and it was basically that without even knowing what it was. And I don't know. I was doing a bunch of other things. I was working out really hard. I had like a strict diet. So it's tough to say what were the effects, but I did do that for a while, and um, I don't know. I felt really, really good at the time, but I was doing a bunch of other things too, so it's tough to pinpoint what it was. Um, I've also seen a lot of science say that it's actually good for you, so I don't know. People try to say, hey, if you watch it, it changes your brain. But you know what? If you do anything, it changes your brain. If you go and learn a new language, it's going to change your brain. If you learn a new skill, it's going to change your brain. If you go into a new environment, it's going to change your brain. Like your brain is constantly changing to adapt to its environment. So it's tough to say what a change in your brain means. Because I've seen people throw that up. I'd say, look, you can do anything you want, basically, but just don't do it all the time. That's what I would say. Just don't do it all the time. I'm not gonna, as a libertarian nationalist, I'm not gonna stand here and say, "Oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that." I don't want to do that. Um, I'm not a cucky libertarian though. I'm not gonna sit here and just be like, "Oh, well, we're just gonna pass around the red pills," and it's kind of weird that only certain kinds of people agree with what I'm saying, and I've been saying this to everybody for years. I'm not like that, obviously. It's where the nationalist comes in, but yeah, this is what I do. Turmeric, fish oil, CBD. Um, I think there's another one I could take. I've been thinking about trying to do that ketogenic diet, but it's difficult. I feel like I lose more weight when I'm eating some carbs, some potatoes, some chips, mix in some guac, because then carbs fill me up. So I don't know. I don't think and it's difficult with Emily. I'm going to bed night, guys. All right, see ya, Michelle. You're the best. You're the best mod. That's for sure. No, keto kid. Yeah, keto. I did that for a long time. I did low carb and I felt really good, but it was so difficult. Like at night, it was I had a strict diet, but it was constantly a fight. It was constantly a fight. Heroin kills more whites. Yeah, drugs kill. Drugs kill more than probably murders. Probably take a multivitamin every day, you'll live longer. Uh Technically, science wouldn't agree with that. Just because I've seen a lot of people talk shit about multivitamins. I think that's mainly because the vitamins you just piss out if you get too much of it. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't be against it. I mean, I think a lot of people are probably deficient in a lot of things. Sugar is natural. You mean fruits? The sugar from fruits would be natural. Big pharma kills. Yeah, you're just making expensive urine with multivitamins. Gun videos are going to Pornhub. Is that real? I thought that was a joke. Oh shit. Heroin kills off the wake-minded. I don't agree with that. Omar Navarro. Wait, is this actually Omar? Or is this a fucking troll? I don't even know what's happening. We have Omar Navarro in here, and then before that we had Asian Andy in here. And I still don't know if it was actually Asian Andy or not. Because it's not like you guys have a check mark or anything. Go to sleep. Holy shit, this might be Omar Navarro right now. Only vegans need multivitamins, that's true. Hey guys, give it up to Omar. Oh, say hi to Emily. Yeah, this is Omar. Okay. So this is the second famous person we've had on the stream today. We've had Asian Andy who's in here, and now we have Omar Navarro running against Maxine Waters in the 43rd district. What is going on tonight? What is going on tonight? Asian Andy had a check mark? Is that real? I didn't see it. Oh, it's so weird. Holy shit, we have Asian Andy in here today. Now we have Omar Navarro in here. What is going? I think I have to start doing these live streams late. I think I have to. That's awesome. Okay, I didn't know for sure if it was him, but it's one of those things because I'm a fan. I've been watching his content way before everyone else jumped on it. That's why I saw him at TwitchCon. I was a fan. I went to TwitchCon. You didn't see any of the other political people there. Um, you're moving up in the world, fam. Oh, you're with Zach? All right, cool. What about his cousin Dave Navarro? Don't know, don't know Omar, but I guess I'll sub. If you guys want to sub, that'd be awesome. I'm trying to reach 10,000. Give the stream a thumbs up, guys. You can give it a thumbs up if you want. I guess it promotes it to the algorithms. Is from what I've heard. I personally, I don't like stuff. I only like stuff if I really, really like it. Callie needs Omar. Yeah, guys, we really need Omar in there, man. And it's really bad. Like coming from our perspective, we have three Republicans running against Omar, and the whole state of California is basically blue. And yet we have three other Republicans running against Omar, and Omar was the first one who said he was going to run for the 43rd like a long time ago, like a year ago. He was always saying he's going to run for the 43rd. He has the most money, he has the most endorsements, he has the highest chance of doing it, and yet three other Republicans want to jump in on the race. What kind of scumbags are these people? Go for some. They don't even live in the area. They don't even live in the area. Go for something else. We don't need to be fighting each other. We could all be a team. You know, it's blue. We have all these enemies. Omar Navarro, $50. Holy shit. Holy shit, $50. That's awesome. Thank you, Omar. Press one for Omar, guys. Press one. He's the real deal. I tell you guys, there's a lot of propaganda and a lot of people against him, and that's because they don't want to see a good person in position of power. Get all these scumbags that could be running for anything. They don't even have they don't have an office in the area. They don't even live in the area. And yet they want to run for the same thing Omar's doing, and Omar has the best chance of winning. Go somewhere else. Go to the area you live in, and I would be supporting you. I'd be helping them. But because their egos and their personalities are just, no, I want to run against Omar. And then it's so bad in California, guys. It's so bad. We have to deal with all these dummies. And not only that, but yeah, it's just so bad. Like you think, oh, well, at least like we don't have a huge Republican support here, but at least they exist. It's like nope, nope. They don't even support Trump. Trust me. Omar tried to do some events for. He tried to do some events for like Latinos for Trump, and they were like, no, you don't. You're not doing that because Trump's gonna lose. We don't want to look like idiots. We don't support him. He did it anyways, and ever since then they disavowed him. I remember when I was tight with all these Republican people, they were calling him, they were calling Omar like an idiot, and they were calling, like Arthur, who's a guy that goes to everything. They were calling Arthur a fucking racist because he like said something about Muslims, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? These are the people who are in the positions of power. These old, cucky ass people, and they're afraid of what the left will do, and so they're constantly virtue signaling to appease the enemy. These idiots that want to turn your little boy into a little girl because he said he liked the color pink. These are the people that are supposed to be fighting against them. That's the best we have. Yeah, Maxine, she's gonna have a lot of money, sure, but we have to put up this is our time right now. We have the most momentum we ever have had in the right, and we have to do it. We have to put everything we have. Trust me, guys. I'm endorsing Omar Navarro. He's a good guy. I spend a lot of time with him. I've seen him in front of the cameras and behind closed doors. He's a good guy. And all these people against him, whether they're Republicans or, well, actually, it's just Republicans right now. All the garbage comes from Republicans. We haven't really dealt with Maxine Waters yet. Not, I mean, she's kind of went after Omar on Twitter and stuff, but we haven't really gone after them or fought them yet. But yeah, Omar's been on the front lines. He's been attacked multiple times. Multiple. The guy took his hat that one time. Another guy took his phone. We got attacked at the Sanctuary City. He's been on the front lines way before it was cool. Yeah, the Republicans in LA, yeah, they're sellouts. They all they care about is their own power, their own money, and that's it. Owen Schroyer introduced me to Omar Navarro. I'll vote for you. I can't. I don't want to dox what you said, but well, we know the dead people support Maxine. They support Hillary. So and the illegals do too because they only care about their own self-interest. So it's only fair game, really. I just hope that when AI and all these machines exist, that they're logical enough to want to vote for us. I'll fight for their equality just so that they can support us. You know? Yeah, but he's the best guy there is out there. Zach says hi. Hi, Zach. It's too bad you guys couldn't hang out with me at that house, but you guys are busy. People are doing stuff. Guys, we have to find out who our people are, red pill as many people as possible, and collectivize. And we just have to like stay together. I'd even be in support of creating like communes or things like that. Like we all decide to like move to a state and just like and then hunker down, buy all the land, just for us, all of our people, all of our right wing people. Come over to the office, get to work. It's a little late to get to work. Um, Omar can get Trump's votes. Yeah, but even the Republicans, I do like canvassing, and the Republicans in California are so black pilled. They'll go, you say, oh, he's running against Maxine Waters, and they'll say, oh, I hate Maxine Waters. Oh, but then you say, uh, okay, well, are you gonna vote for Omar? And then they say, well, like, they're kind of like, what's the point? She's been there a billion. She's been there 3,000 years, and they're just very black pilled. So I think that's the main thing. You have to tell them, look, we have a young guy. He's been out on the front lines. He's been doing everything himself. He doesn't even have really the support from all these rhino Republicans. He's out there. He's been endorsed by big names. He's out there constantly doing stuff. He's on the front lines. Can you support him? Will you support him? And I think they will. I think I'm being censored from posting. Oh, that's the last thing we need. It's the last thing we need. Yeah, guys. If you can't donate, if you don't have the time, you know, if you can help out the candidates in your area, don't say, "Oh, well, this person's this." As long as it's not the other way. As long as this person says they're not in favor of schools turning little boys into little girls or Islam taking over. I mean, it's gotten that bad, guys. It's gotten that bad. If you have to support a neocon over a Democrat, do it. Get some experience, go down your campaigns, make some phone calls, knock some doors. That's how we make a difference, guys. It really is. Get some petitions going. Do some stuff. If you're busy and you can't do it, if you're like, hey, I got my job, I got my family, that's fine. Share a video. Donate some money on a super chat every now and then. Support somebody. There's always something you could do. There's always something. Electoral politics is the way. If you're not campaigning for local GOP, you're not helping. Yeah, guys, infiltrate, get into the Republican Party, and make the change you want to see. That's what you do. You don't sit around and you just get blackpilled all day, and then you're like, oh, like I'm seeing all these things I don't like, but then at the same time, like I'm not really doing anything to make a change myself, and it's like, well, like it's because most people think like you. They just sit on the couch and then they just scream at their television. Trump, you're cocky. It's like, well, maybe if you had worked hard, you could have gotten into a position where you could have told Trump that to his face. It's just. Oh, come on, laxative tester. No, no Fed posting, please. We don't need Fed posting, please. Gen Z nationalists need to be there to take the reins. Yeah, I agree. I agree. We need to fight on multiple levels. Okay, everyone has their purpose. Everyone has their place. Everyone has a different strategy. In the civil rights movements, they had Martin Luther, who had his way of doing things, and then they had Malcolm X, who had his different way of doing things. Those are the two prominent ones. I'm sure there was many others, but a successful movement has to have something that unites everyone, uh, and a bunch of different people with different strategies going about the same goal. And yeah, I think that's what we need to do. Um, but everyone has a different thing. If you're like, look, I want to leave my normal life. I don't want to put my face out there. I'm not going to do that. But then, okay, fine. Then support the people who are willing to do that. You know, send them a few bucks here and there. Because if everyone sent someone like a few dollars, it would add up into something. Share their videos. If you don't have the money to do it, just share a video. You know, get someone's video, start throwing them on Facebook groups with a lot of people. Like you could do that. You could always share stuff. You could donate. You can go out, knock on some doors if you have the time. Make some phone calls. Join your local Republican groups. There's always something you can do. If you really care, if you really want to stop all this like craziness, do one thing. That's all I say. Do one thing. That's it. Share a video. Say that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna share videos, or I'll donate every now and then, or I'm gonna knock on some doors. I'm gonna go out, get some petitions for the South Africa stuff. Red pill people IRL make people see the truth. The online can only go so far. Yeah, I was planning on doing more of that stuff. I'm trying to get a group together to. I wanted to get Cheddarshot 45. I've been texting him, but he's very bad at getting back. I was thinking about. I really want to see Mike Tokes. Mike Tokes says he can do all this red pilling. He can do all this public. He can do all this influencing. I want to see it. He says he was totally down. He's a good guy. So I want to see him go out and red pill some of these people. He's a civic nationalist, so he believes that they can assimilate and he can red pill people to our ways. So I'd like to see it. David, how do you do 2 screens on YouTube? Oh, 2 screens. What do you mean 2 screens? Like having you on, or having like a box right here, and then other stuff. I haven't seen SS45. Oh, Shuttershot. Um, uh, SS45. Oh yeah, he has to make money, and ever since the crackdown on YouTube, it's been there's no money in it. So, he has to pay bills. He has an apartment. He has a girlfriend and all that. So he's out editing videos. So that's probably why you don't really see him very often. This is his passion, but if it doesn't pay the bills, it doesn't pay the bills. I think Broseph, he said something about it's very. I have to like get one question and go off, and I have to kind of ignore everyone else because I can't answer everyone's questions like really quick. Oh, it's like 12 o'clock. I think I'll go for like another 20, 30 minutes just because I'm having a good time. Google Hangouts and Skype are easiest programs for streaming. Just put the window in OBS. Yeah, I could do that, I guess. I like just I like doing my own thing, and I think just kind of having a show where I just talk to you guys, go back and forth about stuff. I think that's different. I don't want to copy anybody. How to get on with you? Oh, get on this. I think I would have to be on a Google Hangout. So we'd have to do a Google Hangout. So which like, yeah, I think we'd have to do a Google Hangout instead of an OBS one, and then I had to send you an invite to get into the chat. Is what everyone does. If you want, we can do that. We can do that some other time. We could do like if you want, Omar. We can do some. I don't know. We could do like an interview thing. I don't know. Maybe should we do an interview thing? It's not like I've had massive platform that will like do you any good. I just have a very good collection of high IQ'd, um, good people. It's kind of like we're like this. We're kind of like the Spartans here. You know, there's only like 300 of us, but we're very strong, and we could take out thousands of Persians of low IQ'd nibbas, essentially. Send me an invite, Finer. For what? To the Discord? We could stream on mine. Right now? So should I end the stream and then go on your stream? Is what you're saying? Omar's in. Is Omar's going full power today. If you wanted to, I'd be open to that. I'd like to see. Okay, right. Guys, press 1 if I should go on Omar's stream on his YouTube, and press 2 if we should just keep this going for another like 20 minutes. Should I do it? Just go on Omar's stream for extra exposure. 1, post a link to the stream in the channel. All right, okay, so all right, this is what we're gonna do, guys. This is what we're gonna do. So Omar has a YouTube channel, and I guess we're gonna live stream on his YouTube channel, and it's gonna be me and Omar. I guess we're gonna do it over Google Hangouts. I'm not an expert on how to do that. I just kind of said what I usually see. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. So I guess I'll end the stream, and then I will jump over to Omar's stream on YouTube, and I'll push people over to this channel. Okay, guys? Is that all hunky dory with all you guys? Might want to test it out first. Post a link, Dave. Okay. When I get the link, I'll send it to you guys on the white elephants. So you'd have to be there. See you on the stream. Okay, Omar, are we good? Is that what we're gonna do? Because I don't like disappointing my fans. Or not my fans. I don't like calling you guys fans. I don't know. Can I call you guys like acolytes? Or what does that mean exactly? That doesn't mean fans. It's like cult follower, huh? Because I don't want to demean you guys. I know there's people out there, and they see the people that follow them as like, oh, these are my fans, these are my followers, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to demean people like that. I'll be out for blood if you don't send a link. Yeah, I'll my fam, yeah, we can be the tribe of David, the Davians. Victor, nice. I think everyone agrees with that. I don't know anyone that doesn't agree with that other than his own little people. Comrades, my family, my collective, my, I don't know. I'm just trying to say it in a way that's not demeaning, because there's a lot of people out there, and I think we know who these people are, who just see it as like, oh, these are my fans, you know. When I tell you to do something, you do something. Yeah, all right. So, guys, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to jump on Omar's YouTube. We're going to chat about stuff. So get into the Discord, subscribe if you haven't, and then I'll send the link as to where I am inside there. And yeah, we'll be the branch of Davians. Hey, post this stuff in the Discord, because the Discord, the White Elephants is very much dead a lot. So if you guys want to just post, if you want to go full on autistic and start posting stuff, go ahead. I'm totally in support of it. Yeah, all right. I'll see you guys in the other stream. Thanks for watching, and stay white, guys.